There's no
I'm
children.
holding out like Halle Berry, make them pay millions of bucks
for the top, for the titties.
For the titties.
Way to open the show, guys. What a nice little teaser right there. Welcome to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. I'm Candice Thompson. Thank you for listening. For my new listeners, thank you for joining. And please, please, please spread the word to all your friends and family members that are not hip to the struggle. Make sure you spread the word because we would really appreciate that. To our old listeners, thank you for coming back. And for new listeners, again, I'm sorry I didn't explain what the show is. The podcast called The Struggle is where I have my friends come on and we talk about things we're struggling with in adult life because adulthood sucks. So now you can find me on social media, Jokes by Candice. You can also find me at CandiceThompsonComedy.com. That's my website. You can find all my shows there. Mal is laughing at me as he's applying chapstick because it was his dry-ass lips. Now I'll introduce Mal Hall. If he could take time out from applying
I don't want to
his lip moisture.
I have a chap lip problem.
He does. They look extra shiny today, though. Did you exfoliate?
Well, I did exfoliate, and I just applied my Dr. Bronner's organic.
I'm gonna get you a lip kit.
Organic peppermint lip balm.
Yeah,
it works best. Burt's Bees really sucks.
I
like this Dr. Bronner.
I've not really tried Burt's Bees anything except for this face cleanser that felt like I was putting Vaseline on my face one time, and I was I don't think this is gonna work, so I stopped using it. Yeah.
All.
But your lips look on point today. Good job. Now you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Just imagine my lips looking amazing, everybody.
They're glowing.
Malhall.com, at Malhall on social media, Malhall TV on YouTube.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to introduce our very special guest for the day. I'm so excited to have this lady. She's so fucking funny, and she just got off her late night debut with Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
Here is Zainab Johnson.
Hey. I don't know why I'm singing. Hi.
Hey, we're black. We don't need any excuse to start singing randomly.
So do I?
Where can people find you?
Oh, I was about to say,
you can talk about that too.
The chapstick. I just want to know where you got it because that's the soap I use.
Oh yeah, I use the soap. I use the shave oil. Get it at Target.
Okay, I'm going there.
Is it
right
cheaper there
here,
than
actually.
anywhere else?
It's going to be sort of expensive, but
you get the hookup. Don't you have somebody?
Organic.
Every
once in a while they'll send me stuff, but
nice.
but I buy the toothpaste. I use the soap, the shave. They have shave oil and this chapstick.
And the chapstick.
And there's a house cleaner. Oh,
you can use it for
everything. They have
everything.
all natural house cleaner that they also sell that I got. And coconut oil they sell.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they sponsor this podcast.
I'm a huge Dr. Bronner fan, but you can also use their body wash to clean stuff in your house too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, read the bottle of the body wash. It has a list of 100 things you can do with it. And one of them is cleaning your house with it. Yeah.
You can clean your hair, your face, everything with
everything.
There's no better way to wake up.
Except your vagina.
Oh, not the peppermint one.
Yeah, not the peppermint one.
No, you can use
clean your vagina with the peppermint one. I've done it and I've regretted it.
Oh, same. Every woman has touched their labia with the peppermint one. And
you're like, I'm awake now.
So when you anyone ever accidentally get Bengay down that area?
Yeah.
Woo, it's a tingle.
I've never used Bengay before.
Oh, I could use some this week. I'll explain that when I get to my struggle, though.
Okay.
But
okay, let me get my.
Oh yeah, do your social media.
Social media, all platforms. Zainab Johnson, ZAINAB Johnson. Website is Zainab Johnson, ZAINAB Johnson, and you can find everything you need to know about me there.
Yes, you can. Yay! I'm so excited to have her here. Zainab and I bonded in Montreal at JFL.
We
had a
bonded
great time.
so many times. We bonded years ago when you had cornrows.
Oh, that's
Do you remember
Zainab? And because I had Simone on months ago, Simone Shepherd, and that's how all of us met was doing Hell Date.
Yeah.
And when I brought it up with Simone, she was like, "We don't talk about this." She was so embarrassed by it, and I'm like, who cares? First of all, it's not like it's still on the air, but it brought all of us together. It was a fun, it was a popular show. I'm not ashamed of my Hell Date past.
Well, here's the thing. It is embarrassing.
No, I don't stand by that. I don't stand by that. We were kids.
Here's the other thing. It's okay. It's okay.
That's how you got to start somewhere. That was literally, I think, my first TV thing.
Everything you've done makes you everything you are.
Absolutely. 100%. I'm not ashamed of anything. Oh, I take that back. I've done a few things.
When you get too proud, I'm not ashamed.
Wait a second. I spoke too soon. But yeah, that's how we met. We were part of the Hell Date cast. I've made so many friends from that. I'm still friends with Dewan did that. Dewan Owens. Shanice, she doesn't live here anymore, but I'm still cool with her. I just kicked out my roommate who was also on the show. You know that. I told you who that was. Yeah, kicked him out of the house. But so we're not friends anymore. But everyone else I'm cool with. So I'm not ashamed at all. Okay, so let's get into my struggle really quickly before we get into Zainab's Ziz's. I played volleyball for the first time in years last night. I joined a volleyball team and I got hit in the face at least 2 times. And I woke up and I'm very sore because I've used parts of my body that when you try something new or you haven't done something in a long time, you're like, what is this muscle over here?
Right.
So yeah, I just woke up in a lot of pain, but I regret nothing. See, I've got broken blood vessels on my forearm here and my thumb got bruised. So I'm physically struggling today. I woke up today like, I had to ice my body parts. But I also that's the struggle, just physical. But I also feel like I accomplished something last night in trying something that I haven't done in a very long time. Also, I'm like taping something at the end of this month. And I'm like, I can't injure myself for it because I've got to be physical on it. So I'm trying to not go hard in the volleyball situation, but I want to go hard. Like I want to dive.
Someone spiked the ball in your face.
Oh, in my face. But within the first 20 minutes of us playing, wham! And then it happened again. And I was like, I think I manifested it because I was like, please don't hit me in the face. I'm gonna perform on the show with the black eye. That's what's gonna have to happen.
Your games are on Monday nights?
Yeah. Most of them.
Where do you guys play?
Santa Monica, there's a court called Crossroads.
Far.
It's really not that. Without traffic, it took me like 18 minutes to get there.
Yeah, but
night.
I have basketball games on Mondays, and I would love to just watch you play volleyball. I'm picturing in my mind what that looks like. I haven't seen Candice do anything athletic.
Nigga, I was a gymnast. I was a dancer. Are you kidding? I used to run track.
I want to see it.
Stop it. I'm very coordinated.
I want to see it.
I'm so coordinated. No, I was good last night. Our team did lose 3 times in a row, but that's neither here nor there.
Because I'm in a basketball league on Mondays with comedians, and there's nothing more hilarious than just watching a bunch of
them struggle.
Stand-up comedians run. Just move athletically. It's hilarious.
Well, you're not going to get that from me.
All right.
I was definitely athletic. I still am. But, I learned, Open Mike Eagle from New Negroes, right? He's the one that told me about it. So he joined the volleyball league, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, it's a co-ed volleyball. Okay.
And so we played last night I played with them for the first time. And, again, like I said, we lost. But I think we just need to be a cohesive unit, which we're not yet. It was literally my first time being with them. And I think we were all kind of scatterbrained last night. But we need to talk and have a game plan. I think we'll get it. We'll be there, guys.
It's not about winning and losing.
No.
Well, not if there's not a prize at the end, no.
Right.
There was that.
Is there a prize?
We were.
No,
there was no prizes. No.
Okay. It's okay.
No, I'm happy about it. So we'll see what happens. Although I can't play next week because I'm going to go to this big Sky Festival, so I can't play. But
what made you choose volleyball? Is it because it was just a recommendation from someone you knew, or
it was just random? Mike was like, "Hey, have you played?" He was like, "Do you play volleyball?" And I was like, "No, but I used to love it. I never played on a team in high school, but when we did recreationally play it, I loved it. And for some reason I never tried out for the volleyball team. But I'm like, maybe this is my time to be on a volleyball team.
This is my season.
This is it. This is time. Yeah. So I'm proud of myself. I am in a little bit of pain, but we'll be fine. I had to ice myself last night. I haven't had to do that in a while.
Sounds like
I felt like a real athlete. I feel like a real athlete again. So that's my struggle. Mal, what's yours?
My struggle is Kanye West.
Did you see him on SNL?
I watched the little highlights. I watched Chris Rock's Instagram story. Because he was there.
I didn't see his.
And Kanye was ranting.
He was at the SNL taping?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Kanye was being Kanye. The struggle is, I fell in love with Kanye West before.
Yeah.
He
went crazy.
When his first mixtape, when Get Well Soon came out, I was like, this guy is amazing.
Yeah.
And then I remember going to Target and buying College Dropout and then going and sitting in the parking lot and listening to it twice in a row.
Being so
and I was
excited.
like, this is amazing. This guy
is so talented.
Is awesome. And then his music evolving and being awesome, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. And then his mom died. And now everything is I'm trying to force myself to like it because the
So you didn't like 808s and Heartbreaks?
No, I like that. I like that one. Took a while, but like I appreciate it now.
Yeah.
But like the crazy shit after that, and just him as a person, the shit that he says, like deep down inside, the child in me is like, this is my guy. This is who I grew up with. And then, but the adult and in me is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're being
dude?
So irresponsible.
Like, this is not cool what you're doing. And so that's like my struggles. Like how, like he's dropping a new CD soon, or it just dropped?
I think
it was supposed to drop on Saturday and it didn't.
And it didn't. Why Saturday? Isn't it normally Tuesdays?
Yeah, but he did.
They've changed.
He did.
They don't abide by
anything anymore.
Yeah.
That's right. Beyonce didn't even give us any heads up when she dropped her visual experience.
Yeah.
But wait, so you're just your struggle is trying to reconcile like where your fandom is.
Yeah, like do I still consider myself?
Is that a blow dryer?
I don't know what's happening outside.
Someone's blow drying.
I'm trying to decide like if I actually still consider myself a fan or if I just like old Kanye. Mm-hmm. If I'm that old person where I'm like,
oh, it's easy for me.
I just like old Kanye because I've like that last album that came out. I listened to it 5 times in a row to try to like it. I'm like, come on, you like this?
No.
And like 2 songs, I was like, I can tolerate, but it wasn't.
So is it his music that you're struggling with, or is it his personality? Okay,
a little bit. I'm pretty good at separating like
the artist with
the artist from the person. Like the music isn't good to me. Mm-hmm. Like the music used to speak to me, and now it doesn't like really speak to me.
Yeah, but is it not speaking to you because you're now biased because you don't like him as a person necessarily?
No. I objectively judge the music. Like there's little flashes in there where I'm like, ooh, this sounds like. And then the rest of it is like.
Well, what's that new song he has out that's disrespecting women? Like
and it's the number one. It's the number 1 stream song on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
Of course,
the most streamed song. The one that he did.
Little Pump, right?
The one that he did for the porno awards.
Yeah. Whatever. Do you know what we're talking about, Zainab? No. There's a song, they just did a video for it.
Your life is better that you don't know.
Yeah, no, I forget what, but it's like the hook is like, I forgot. I don't remember, but it's just so disrespectful.
I've listened to it one time because somebody said, this song is awesome. And I listened to it and gave them that, what the fuck
I wish I could remember the lyrics. I wish I could remember what the lyrics are, but I'm just like, I can't anymore. Like, it's not hard for me anymore. I'm over him. I'm not buying any more of his stuff. I'm not listening to any of his stuff. And I can't stand him. And I think he's just doing more damage than good.
Yeah, Apple Music sends me playlists, like pre-designed playlists, and I don't listen to any playlist that has like R. Kelly, Kanye. Like there's just certain artists that I just don't even listen to the.
What are we doing anymore? And these people that still support, I don't understand. Like, what is this loyalty to this person who doesn't know you, doesn't give 2 shits about you? I don't understand why we have this allegiance to these people.
Right.
Why you can't move on. Like there are other artists that you can support, and I just don't. Yeah.
Like creatively, like as an artist, he's like, a lot of the shit that he's done is objectively groundbreaking. Like he's like a musical genius, but it's like you can't. I don't know. Like as I get older, the old man in me is starting to like become the main personality, and it's like, no, dude, this is not. Cool.
I'm not about artists that aren't socially responsible,
right?
And I don't know if that is like you said, that syndrome. When you just get older and you feel like you have to make change or you feel irresponsible, but. And I know that some artists are like, oh, I'm not a role model, but it's like, but you are.
But you
are influencing kids, and I feel like you do have to take some social responsibility with that.
I feel like Kanye West is trying to be young instead of just evolving and doing music that's like age appropriate. Like the Carter's album that just came out, I love that album.
Yeah, Carter's is in Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Carter 5 came out. You just got to clear.
Oh, that's right. There's a lot.
Not the Wayne album, the Jay-Z Beyonce album. I love because it's like age appropriate.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they're speaking on shit that they're like, it's real life. It doesn't seem like they're trying to make songs for the radio to sound like the shit that's on the radio. They're doing their stuff, and my old ears can hear all the words and understand what they're talking about, and I can go, oh, okay, cool. That makes sense.
I felt like what was Jay-Z's album 444? I felt like that kind of spoke to him. Realizing and accepting his age and his place.
Love that album as well.
And that meme of him on the on the, what is it? He's in the jet ski where he looks like an old man where he's wearing a helmet. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I'll show it to you.
But I just feel, I don't know, I guess I'm over like celebrities singing and rapping about everything that they have.
Yeah,
right.
I've been,
It's like, and when I hear the Carters, that's all I hear. I just hear like, I just hear like 40 minutes of like bragging. It's like a man and a woman bragging.
Yeah.
And I think I'm part of a very small population in the world that knows shit ain't as sweet as it seems.
Right.
Of course it's
Right.
not.
Knows it.
Right,
Yeah, you
totally.
know,
Of
and it's it almost offends me. It's like insulting. It's like it's so many people struggling, and it's so many different ways that we could be supportive to the society.
Right.
But instead, we do, and I think that album sounds very much appealing to the younger. You know, anytime albums sound mostly Migos now, I'm like, oh, they trying to appeal to the young people.
Of course.
Gotcha.
You know, like
Gotcha.
anytime, like, why is Beyonce rapping?
Right.
Who is that? That's not for your old ears. I'm sorry.
Right. But I can understand the words that she's saying, so that's why it works for my old
gotcha.
ears.
Just because they don't,
She's not saying,
but they are saying,
Yeah.
exactly. and I'm a huge fan of both of them, but I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I find myself listening to a lot of like old music.
oh, same.
Totally.
The 90s was the best, and I don't care what anybody says. I
find myself listening to music from the 40s.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no,
Oh, well, I was like, Zainab, how old?
Candice, I was talking about Roaring 20s music.
She was like, I was talking about Ella Fitzgerald.
I'm not talking. I don't know what this new 90s shit that you're
I'm talking about the Rat Pack, all right? I'm talking about Sammy Davis Jr.
I do listen to that though more.
That stuff
like
is great too.
I'll do a rotation of like Motown hits, and I listen to my country playlist, and I'll listen to like old 60s and 70s stuff. Like,
Yeah.
And then I have like a Quentin Tarantino type music playlist that I like listening to, just so.
As background music when you're like getting ready.
Yeah.
You're doing your hair.
I like to listen to popular songs that would not be able to survive in the Me Too era that were huge. Before I just like to like, they wouldn't have made it.
I say on like stage sometimes there's a song that I think it was in the late 80s or early 90s, and I don't know if you guys remember this. I'll sing a little bit of it. It goes like this. And these are the exact words. She's just 16 years old. Leave her alone. They said. What?
Who is that?
His name is Benny Mardones. 16 years old, leave her alone, they said.
Well, now what
cops?
was the continuation? But I didn't.
No, separated by fools who don't know what love is yet. If I could fly, I would pick you up, take you into the night, and show you love like you've never seen. Ever seen. He's singing about a 16-year-old girl. Like and this was in rotation, like in the 90s.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen has a song where he's like, "Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?" Some. Yeah.
Bruce
like,
Springsteen?
Yes.
You guys, pedophilia used to be popping back in the day. Like I talk about this all the time. Like there was back in the day, grown ass men could marry children. Like that's what it was. Like that was the normal. Like a grown ass 30-year-old man can marry a 14-year-old girl.
I watched a video on Facebook today of a couple that's been married for like 50-something years.
Oh, no.
They're both like in their late 90s, and they showed a picture of them, and it was like he was 20 and she had just turned 17. They got married like 2 days after she turned 17. And they've been together the entire time. But I was like 17.
I don't kind of
back
mind
then,
that, though. 20 and 17, that's not a huge difference.
Right. And then back then it was fine. If they're like in their 90s now.
Yeah.
I just thought about like me at 17. It's like what I thought about.
Well, no, of course. It's gross.
Me at 20, me at 17. I was. Ugh.
There's a big difference, but you're still a child. Like you're still mentally.
I think they're both children. Like a 20-year-old boy is probably the equivalent of a 17-year-old girl.
17. I was going to say 13.
Yeah, I was trying to be polite because we're in front of me.
He doesn't care. Mal, we talk shit about Mal all the time to his face. That's the only time I talk shit about Mal is to his face.
And in 17,
as long as he can hear
usually every place is like, that's when you step out of the statutory, 17. But like if you would have said, oh, he was 45 and he waited a day over her 17th.
Yeah, that was creepy.
He's
you mean like Dane Cook and his current girlfriend? Dane Cook is like 47 and dating like a 19-year-old girl. It's very creepy. There was an article written about it not that long ago.
Anyway, my struggle went like way too long.
Oh, it's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It was a good
that
one.
almost never happens.
Yeah, I was actually struggling with your struggle.
We all. This is the first time I think he's had that struggle where where everyone was like, "Yeah, we struggling." Well, I'm not struggling with it because I'm over him. I'm done with him. He's dead to me. Kanye, if you listening, you're dead to me.
I don't like when people try to. You have to choose a lane. You either the victim or you the victor. Mm-hmm. And I feel like with him, he is always like, "I'm the best, but why are you guys doing this to me?
Yeah,
I'm the best, but why you guys?"
I think it's his bipolar. Yeah. I think this is his bipolar disorder. Do you not think he has bipolar?
I think he got a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My friend has been sending me clips. I don't watch the Kardashians, but my friend has been sending me clips of the Kardashians, and it's just Kim complaining about like Kanye, but it's like these silly things that my friend is like, she is just setting up the groundwork, like laying the groundwork to divorce him. Because it'll be like clips like, so I come in and Kanye's like, "You made me wear a Jesus Band-Aid." And she's like, "I was trying to take care of the kids," and he's like mad, like, "You love the kids more than me." It was making me feel dumb just listening to her speak.
To it.
Oh my God, yeah.
But just the stuff that she was saying about him,
I was like, this is definitely, and I've already seen, if you look at the tabloids, like when I'm in, I don't read them, but like if I'm in the checkout lane at the grocery store, I'll see like divorce for Kanye and Kim. And I'm like, I've been seeing these reports for like at least a couple of months now. And I'm like, it's probably, they're usually true. Like whenever you see that, it might take a while, but it eventually happens.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for either one of them. Zainab, what's your struggle?
I feel like you guys have like current topic struggles.
Oh no, ours are because we have to have them all the time.
Ours are supposed to be frivolous.
We can talk about whatever
sugar.
You want. What do you like? You have a addiction with just sweets? Is that why you have cake in your purse?
It's exactly why I have cake in my purse. And that's exactly why I was ashamed when, like, my cake is the same as Coke. When you were like, "What's that?" I felt like, shit, she saw my Coke.
And by Coke, you mean cocaine.
Yes.
You mean that snow.
She saw my crack.
She pulled out, Zainab sat down, and she's sitting down, and then she pulls out her purse, and then she just, I don't see what it was. I just saw her hand go to her mouth.
First of all, she's holding her purse close to her chest and then reaching in.
The cake was in a brown paper bag.
As if it were a bottle of liquor, bottle of Crown Royal or $2 check.
Cake in my bag, swag.
Yes.
You, though.
I was like, "What are you eating?" And she was like, "Cake." And I was like, "You just got cake in your purse?"
And the reason why I actually hate it, like I'm so aware of it, but I hate it, is because my grandmother on my father's side died of diabetes. And my dad did too. Yeah, my dad died young, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I've always had like just like a sweet tooth. Like it's always been my like the thing that I struggle with. Mm-hmm. Everything. I don't need to drink. I don't need to do most things.
Yeah,
but like
you have to have sugar.
Put like you don't understand.
Now,
I can survive off of sugar. Like when I get on an airplane, I'm like, food, 11 hours? I don't care. Just make sure I have Twizzlers.
Right. I'm glad you like Twizzlers.
I respect the Twizzler.
I love Twizzlers. Not real Red Vines.
Red Vines are trash.
Yeah. That's a West Coast thing.
Twizzlers all day.
And that's interesting because you're from the West Coast.
Yeah, Twizzlers
and most people, out here are Red Vines.
Twizzlers and black licorice all day.
We've talked about, no, I know.
It's like we on your side and then the next moment.
And I know we're here for all things black except licorice. That's the only exception where I don't fucks with black, all right? Because I just can't. It's nasty.
It's good.
But like, no.
They have the nerve to make a black licorice jelly bean. It's like, you want to fuck up two candies?
So you eat the jelly beans too, Mal?
Yeah.
Ugh. The collective. Ugh. Disgust, the judgment.
Look, that's my truth. That
it is supposed to be good for you, though. Like a lot of like medicinal teas, black licorice. A lot of medicinal teas have black licorice in it.
Yeah, but not in candy form. Like in the tea.
Same flavor,
in the tea. That's why I said it's supposed to be good for you. Not taste good, but it's supposed to be good for you.
I can't stand it. Even in like when it has that. What is the flavor? anise. Do you know what I'm talking? ANISE.
Star anise.
Yeah, it has a licorice type flavor to it, and I can't. If I see a tea or something in that, I'd be like, I can't fucks with it.
Can I get some extra anise, please? Thank you.
No, thank you. So, have you gone to like the doctor and they've told you that you have like high blood sugar?
So no, I process sugar very well. So because I am, at
you're
least
super
I think
thin.
I do.
You're super skinny. You don't look like.
I am a slim woman.
You are very slim and trim.
I am not super skinny. Or for all you guys that can't see, I am what they call slim, on the verge of slim thick. If I do
slick, that's what I call it.
If I eat enough cake, I'll be slim thick. Whenever my jeans are fit right, I'm like, yeah,
okay, get it. Put some more cake in my pockets.
But I did go to the doctor because, like, at first I was just scared. I was like, just like one of those. I was gonna say black people, but no, people beyond black people do this. When you know something is wrong, but you just ignore it, like it'll go away if I pretend it's not there.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So I would be like, yeah, I know, like I'm addicted to sugar, but just wait until I pass out or something to do something about it.
Until something serious.
Like when it's clear.
Rock bottom.
Yeah.
What?
But
Go ahead.
I hurt my foot, like the plantar part,
the plantar fasciitis.
Fascia.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how I hurt it, and there was no like bruising. You know how like if you hurt something, you're like, oh, there'll be a bruise or
some type of evidence.
And so because I didn't see any evidence, I was like, oh shit, the diabetes.
They gonna have to cut off my foot.
The diabetes got my foot.
You went to one extreme.
The beatus got me.
They're like, no, you just have a hangnail.
Yeah. Oh. and so I went into the doctor, and the doctor laughed at me because I was like, my foot hurts so bad. I think it's diabetes.
I think it's diabetes.
I think I got the sugars in my foot. And she was like, she took a second so she didn't laugh in my face.
Right, sure.
She said, well, normally when your foot is showing symptom, it's numb. You wouldn't feel anything. You lose the feeling in your foot. The fact that you have pain is a good thing.
It's good.
It's hilarious.
Also, you don't have diabetes. Like, could you imagine if she didn't have it and then it was just in her foot? She got the sugar foot.
Look at Doc, I'm gonna make this quick for you. Just go get me some insulin.
Yeah,
I got
I'll
the
chop
beatus
it off.
in the foot.
I wonder how many people go to a doctor and tell them the diagnosis.
I'm sure it happens all the time.
Everyone.
because of WebMD.
Yeah.
I Google everything. Anytime something wrong, I'm like, oh Lord, I have cholera. Like that doesn't even exist anymore, right?
And it's pronounced Kalara.
No, it is not.
Candice.
No, it is not. It's not pronounced cholera. It's cholera.
Okay.
Idiot.
Okay.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
That's really how you think you pronounce it?
No.
Did you not play Oregon Trail? Did you play Oregon Trail? There was this game back in the day when computers were just becoming a thing.
Yeah.
And the screens were like black and green. And they were like, computers were like this big, like as big as a moving box. There was a game called Oregon Trail, and your character, it's like...
Wait, you didn't play Oregon Trail?
No.
She didn't play it.
Oh.
What's all this judgment, Mal?
That's not... How old are you?
She's old enough to have played.
Wait, okay.
She's in
you
between
done made
us.
so many mistakes in one sentence.
You know you done fucked up right now.
I did feel it after that.
Never ask a woman her age. Also, never do it on a podcast. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Yeah, you could ask me my age, just not on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. I whenever someone asks me that, I say I
How
play
old
anywhere
did
from
I
28
need
to
to be?
35.
How old did I need to be for it to make sense?
I would say my age
30
or like
and up.
2 years younger.
How old are you? I don't know how old
I'm
you are.
34.
Oh,
Yeah, I would say like 30 and up.
Same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like 30 and up is the
Maybe
Oregon
you went
Trail
to a nice
range.
school though, because
No, as she was describing it, I was like, oh no, I
You
do
did
remember
play.
that game.
You just didn't like it.
But I don't remember playing it often, but I do remember seeing it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your character, what were we hunting for? We were
Buffalo.
like buffalo, but like weren't we on pursuit of like gold or something?
You're trying to get from Pennsylvania to
Like-
Oregon. It was like the westward movement. It was 4th grade is when
But
that game was popular.
but there wasn't an ultimate goal like I think
To
when you
get
get
to
to
Oregon,
Oregon,
to
there
get
was
to the
nothing
west-
in Oregon.
to
Like why were we going?
settle on the West Coast to get away from
But
the
there was
East
probably
Coast.
gold there, right? Had to be.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. I feel like there got to be a prize at the end of this journey. Why am I dying of dysentery and cholera for nothing?
Plaid and crap.
So yeah, they would tell you. Yeah, they would tell you on en route, like you would have a family member that dies en route to Oregon, and like Mal has whatever diphtheria, and you're like, oh man, that a long story just for that. But it was fun.
You can rest, and they might get better, or you can just move on,
or you can leave them.
Fuck it, I'm trying to get to Oregon.
Sometimes you just gotta say goodbye to your family members and keep it moving.
So with the sugar thing, is it processed sugar, or is it like, can you eat fruit and be satisfied?
No, fruit is good.
Right.
You need refined.
And the only reason why I believe that I process sugar well is because when that happened, I went and had my sugar checked specifically. And she was like, the doctor was actually surprised, like, you said you eat a lot of sweets, and I was like, yeah. She was like,
don't seem like it.
Yeah, she was like, I don't often see sugar levels this good. She said she said, you're fine. I mean, you can monitor, like you could keep checking, but you are really
So basically
fine.
She co-signed you to continue to eat.
I didn't tell her my habits. I just said, I think I got diabetes. Could you just check?
Could you just check? Because for some reason I feel it.
Yeah.
I just feel real diabetes-y today.
I mean, that's smart of you if it's in your family.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then,
to be ahead of the game.
A smart person checks in on that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I try to make good choices, meaning like I try to cut back on candy. I try to cut back on like stupid sugar. And by that, I mean like I'm going to eat cake, but it's going to be the best cake.
Right.
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 Like I'm not going to eat, I don't eat, I
Duncan Hines.
No.
Sheet cake.
No.
No.
But
I don't even eat cakes that are made inside. Like if you like, oh, this is a Vons or Ralph's cake. I don't eat that cake.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I'm snobby about that.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't eat anything like not even my ketchup with high fructose corn syrup. So I'm like aware of those types of things.
Yeah.
But the actual act of, like I'll be able to stay away from like Twizzlers for like 2 months and then I'll binge.
And
Then you'll go to Costco and just get all the Twizzlers.
Well, not so far as Costco, but sure, I get the point.
Even a 25-pound bag of Twizzlers.
Yeah, they sell a jumbo bag right at the Walgreens.
I remember when we were in Montreal after we had lunch or brunch, whatever, on the day we were leaving, you stopped and got something sweet from that coffee shop. What was it? It was like I
can't even remember, but didn't I say I need something sweet?
Yeah.
I need something sweet. Yeah. Like if I eat food, it's not even done. Like I'm not done with the meal until I have something sweet.
Yeah.
So when they say, did you save room for dessert? You're like, I came here for dessert.
I came here for, like usually like when people have like Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that, or just like really big dinners, if you put down a plate of food that can look delicious in front of me, and then you put down like a pie, I'll move the food out the way and have a pie. But that's why I have to be careful because sometimes sweets fill you up quicker than like nourishing food. And I'll sometimes like survive on sweets, and then I'll how people like, oh, if I cut out the sugar then I'll lose weight. But me, I'll eat a lot of sugar and gain weight, but lose weight because I'm not eating anything else. I'll just be eating like the sugar thing.
So like what's the worst you've done what can you think back to the worst day that you've had where you just ate trash like the whole entire day?
A binge.
And what was it?
I mean, it happens quite often.
She was like, it was just yesterday. That's not that hard to think of.
It wasn't yesterday, but it might be tomorrow. But I do remember when I was in China 2 years ago, because I couldn't I was having such a hard time eating there. The things that I could recognize were like American candy bars. And so just all day and all night, I ate Twix, M&Ms, Kit Kats.
Twix is my favorite candy bar.
Yeah, Snickers? Do you put it in a freezer?
I've done that before.
Yeah. And I just ate that for probably I was in China for like 10 days, and that's what I ate every day.
What was it about their choices that made it difficult for you to find food there? Just because it was like a lot of meat stuff? Yeah,
I went to I went to a couple of different cities. Chengdu was the first city that I went to, and they had rat on a stick. And I can't trust nothing else you sell. Come on. I can't. What am I supposed to do with that?
Mal, would you have tried rat on a stick?
No, I'm still vegetarian. Rat is still meat.
Meat. Is it though? But before you were vegetarian.
But I would eat bugs.
Is it?
I would eat bugs.
Yeah, that's not meat.
Yeah, if I go to a country that sells bugs or like
we're about to start doing them here
or whatever, I'll try that.
Scorpion.
I won't.
Yeah, scorpion.
They're about to start doing it here. I've seen a bunch of like.
I have to do it in a third world country. I will not do it here.
You won't do it here?
I want to do it where the people do it.
Well, no, our people are going to start doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's a sustainable form of protein.
Where they survive on it. That's where I want to get it.
Well, we're about to have to survive on it because we're running out of food.
Thailand.
No, we're not.
I'll do it in Thailand.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
That's how Al Sharpton pronounces Thailand. Did you know that? He called it the Thai military. Okay, so now I have to say, this is off topic, but I'm sorry, but I just have to say, because this provided so much joy to my... Did I ever show you this, Mel? And you don't know about it, Zainab.
No.
I have to give a shout out to my nephew, Alec Barbour, because he put me on this a couple of years ago. If you go on YouTube and search Al Sharpton versus the teleprompter, you will stumble upon numerous clips of this man destroying English words. Destroying, like saying Thai military. He was talking about Trayvon Martin and said that he had IT and skillets. Talking about iced tea and Skittles. Look at Mal's face. So I'm telling, it's a rabbit hole.
No, he's not gay.
Go on YouTube and search this because you will thank me later. But my nephew told me about it, and I've been in like writers' rooms before where I told everybody about it, and then that's just how we started our day for the rest of the time we were in the writers' room. We wouldn't start the day until we watched our Al Sharpton teleprompter flubs. It's amazing. Why was traffic problems email sent? Is a sentence he said.
What was he trying to say?
I don't know. That's the beauty of it. I don't know. He called Iyanla Vanzant and Nala in front of her face. This is my good friend. Welcome, Iyanla.
Now you just reminded me of something else funny, and we're way off topic. But
and that's fine.
So my friend sent me a while ago the clip when Flavor Flav saw Miley Cyrus and thought she was Gwen Stefani.
Okay, I've not seen this.
So it was like when when Gwen Stefani first started sort of fading to the background. It was before The Voice.
Okay,
and Miley Cyrus she just stopped being Hannah Montana,
and she's like,
and she was wearing like the short blonde hair and the red lip. That was Gwen Stefani's look.
Yes, I didn't even put the two and two. Yeah.
And so they're backstage and like at a show in like Vegas, and Flavor Flav sees her and he's like, Gwen Stefani.
The confidence.
He's yelling it like in her face, like, what up, Gwen Stefani. And she doesn't say anything. Her whole team doesn't say anything. His team doesn't say anything. He was like, yo, let me get a picture. She takes a picture with Flavor Flav. It's a cute picture, all this stuff. He's like, yo, Gwen Stefani.
And then he tags Gwen Stefani in it.
No. As soon as she walks away, as soon as Miley Cyrus walks away, somebody in his team says, that's not Gwen Stefani. That's Miley Cyrus. So Flavor Flav said, this is all on camera. Flavor Flav says, oh shit, that's Hannah Montana? He goes back up to her and says, yo, Hannah, man, I'm so
Still
sorry.
Not saying her name.
He said, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know. And she was like, I didn't know if you were being funny. I didn't know if you were, but it's all good, Flav. It's all good, Flav. And then she was like, they hug. And then right as she walks away, he said, Hannah Montana. I watched that clip over and over. I watched it probably like 7 times in a row.
That's hilarious.
And laughed hard.
To be famous enough to just like be wrong out loud and for nobody to care.
No, I don't think it's just famous enough. I think it's the expectation
of
that the
who
public
that person
has on you.
of that
like,
person.
He's a character.
Flavor
He's a character
Flav.
now that could just yell
She might have been like, I think he's having a seizure. Like, like who knows?
No one expects Flavor Flav to be accurate.
Which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but I mean, has he been on drugs? Or is he just a crazy person?
I don't know.
We don't know.
He sweats a lot, which would lead me to believe that he at least has an alcohol problem.
Yeah. You remember when he was dating Brigitte Nielsen?
Brigitte Nielsen.
Yeah.
Why are you calling her Brigitte?
I think that's her name. Or am I thinking of I thought that was her name.
Maybe. I mean, it's spelled Bridget, but maybe because she's Russian or whatever she is.
She says from
Brigitte,
another.
But it's
Is she from? Where is she from? Where is our fact checker?
I actually have no idea where she's from, but in Rocky IV, she was Russian.
She was Russian. Well, then that's what she is.
And besides her,
well, then that's what
that's
she
her
is.
most notable work. For me.
So are you going to continue to just like crush sugar and just get checked every year?
No, I'm talking about it because I really want to change it. I really don't want to, because I'm doing it. And I'm also doing it because, you know, like Candice pointed out, I have a weight issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so people will look at me and be like, no, you can. Not only do I not have a weight issue, I don't have a skin issue. You know, like there's certain things that if you had certain issues, people would be like, oh, yeah, you should cut out sugar because it would drastically improve this flaw
XYZ,
that I see in you.
Right.
Yeah.
And because I don't quite have that.
Zainab is perfection. Zainab's flawless.
I actually saw a girl post today, like, I have no flaws. And I was like...
What? I think your personality is your flaw. I think you overlooked the biggest one.
I could think of a couple.
Yeah. Your lack of self-awareness.
And I love her, and I think she's a beautiful girl, but I was thinking, you might
tell me who this is when we get off this podcast, because I need to know who this is.
You might want to pipe down, doll.
I have no flaws?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
one, it's your comedy. Two, no,
it's a comment?
Shit!
I haven't seen Mal get that hype in years.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, no, I need to find out who this is immediately. But no, Zainab. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my God.
To answer your question, I do. That was so shady. I do want to change it. And so I'm talking about it. That's the first step, right? Admitting
it.
Your problem.
So what, do you have a game plan as of right now? Have you mentally been like, okay, I'm going to allow myself to only have
2 Twizzlers
a day until
what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and prepare myself to not need the sugar, meaning like, I'll try my best not to keep like sugary things in my house so that when, you know, maybe I'm hungry. Stuff. And then maybe just like when I'm out, try and make better choices or just try and eat in a healthier way because they say whenever you're craving things, it's because your body's lacking something, right? And so I just need to, I don't know. I just need to, it's about discipline. Like beyond the sugar, I'm a pretty healthy. I mean, Candice, I'm a pretty decent eater. Like, more than decent.
Right. No one who isn't, let's go to a vegan restaurant today. Like, no one who is not aware or conscious of what they put in their mouths ever says that.
Yeah. And you know what I was going to say, as much as I went 10 days and only ate, sugary things, all I drink is water. I just drink water. I mean, I drink coffee too, but not in China.
I don't trust they put rats in their coffee too.
Chinese coffee.
It's the blackest thing Zainab has ever said.
Mal, you're half
Japanese
and half.
Gotcha.
She was like, I had to make sure I wasn't offended.
I always put my foot in my mouth. I lost it really far down.
No, but
apologize for that.
Yeah. Of course.
You weren't in I don't know, every country that I've gone to, I've sort of just, going in, you're like, I'm going to see some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I tried to eat. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't try. Like, I went to Suzhou after that, I did go to Suzhou after that, and I think I might have found like one meal or something like that. But I went to Hangzhou after. It's like you put a zhou and you at the end of something in China, right?
Yeah.
I went to Hangzhou and we went to a traditional like Chinese restaurant. I thought, well, I could just get
some fried rice
and vegetables,
some lo mein.
Even that was not.
It was suspicious.
I can't remember what was wrong with it.
They were cooking it in rat fat.
No. I mean, maybe.
Who knows?
Everything. There was something problematic.
Their version of fat back is rat fat.
If it wasn't rat, it was pork. Like something was problematic.
Wait, Zainab, are you vegetarian too?
No, I'm kind of like a eat whatever I want, but I don't eat a lot of meat. I would call myself a mostly non-dairy pescatarian. That's what I would call myself.
Gotcha.
You don't ever eat dairy, right?
I eat dairy in my cakes.
Yes, but you won't have ice cream.
Never. Oh. Occasionally. Occasionally.
If it's with the cake, a sidecar with the cake, then yeah.
Well, no, I'll try to go to like Van Leeuwen or like vegan places I know, but sometimes I'm craving, like sometimes I'm just having that type of day or in that emotional state where I just need ice cream. But I'm also somewhere where they don't have the option, so I just have to go to the grocery store and get like some Talentini or something. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
dairy.
know about Halo Top?
Yeah.
Have you had the vegan? They have non-dairy Halo Top.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Now here's
they never satisfy my craving. Halo Top.
I have a couple of struggles with Halo Top. My first one is that I feel like even after
300 calories, but now I need the 700 that Haagen-Dazs.
Now I need exactly. It's like now I need the actual thing because I feel like even after eating a pint, which is what Halo Top is. For those of you who don't know what it is, they make an ice cream type of product where you can eat the pint and it's only like 280 calories for the whole entire pint, which I have a problem with because it is now teaching us wrong portion sizes. Yeah. Like it's now teaching us it's okay to eat a pint of anything. Yeah. Like, no, that's not a good idea.
Right.
But on top of that, I don't trust it because, this was a struggle I had maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago is I got food poisoning and I didn't know if it was from the salad I ate. And I thought that maybe it could have been the Halo Top. And here's why, is because I don't necessarily trust it. Because again, how are you making a pint of anything and it's only 280 calories and it's this ice cream type substance? It made me think that it was like the Olestra of ice cream. Do you remember Wow potato chips from the 90s?
Mm-mm.
They were, do you remember them? They were these potato chips. They were popular for like a minute. And then all of a sudden people were talking about they started getting diarrhea from it. And it was an ingredient they were putting in the potato chips that was making it not have any fat. And it was called Olestra. And it was giving people mud butt. And I was like, what if Halo Top is the Olestra of ice creams?
Maybe it is.
Because I don't trust it. Read the ingredients. You can't pronounce them. It's not organic. It's not healthy.
And in the United States, they're not required to list certain ingredients. So when you see like natural flavors or see like there are certain ingredients that manufacturers are not required by law to list
to
in
disclose.
The United States. Yeah, so it could very well be.
But I'm still going to eat it. That being said,
Candice, sounds like you're struggling with knowing better but not doing better.
Right. You right. That's an ongoing struggle.
But I mean, it's like I'm also lactose intolerant. So if I'm going to eat actual ice cream, I'm going to it's going to feel so like it's going to taste. So I'm going to get the best ice cream because it's like it's going to fuck me up anyway. Right. And so let it at least
taste good,
wonderful going down.
Right.
You know,
I appreciate that though. I don't think people like pay attention to quality enough.
Yeah.
You know,
of
like
I've look at all this bad comedy that's out.
I'll go to hilarious. I'll go to lunch with so many people that are like, we'll go to like a nice place, right? That's like a $2 or $3 sign place on Yelp. And immediately the food comes out and the complaints about the portion. I'm like, but taste it though.
Yeah, what does it taste like?
This tastes like it should be $30.
Yeah.
Like this taste is appropriate.
Right.
And then, but they'll argue that a good meal is like when you could take some home.
Like a cheesecake style, Cheesecake Factory style portion.
Yeah, no. I actually don't trust places that serve a bunch. Don't
like
get
the
me
Cheesecake
wrong.
Factory.
I don't want to pay $40 and you give me like 3 fries and half of a burger. Like there are certain things where you're like, now you're overcharging.
Right.
But, and it don't matter how good this tastes, you owe me another half of a portion.
Yeah. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain places like the Griddle Cafe. I'll never.
That's too much.
It's just too much food and I don't trust it. It's like, why are you, when is it?
It's
or even Denny's.
too.
Yeah.
The one and only time I've ever been to Denny's, I was like stranded somewhere and that was the only thing that was open.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, let's go to Denny's. And I was like, we get steak, potatoes, eggs, a drink, some pancakes, all for $6.99.
And a massage
and
for
$4?
What? They valeting our parking? What?
Is he detailing our
too
wheels?
good to be true.
That's a rental car.
Yeah, it's a lot of trash.
We're
to
eating
take
horse
home.
meat. Yeah, I don't trust that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll pay an extra $2 or $3 to get
quality.
So it's like we'll go to Carmela's and it's $3.75 for one scoop of ice cream, but it's like
it's good ice cream.
The best ice cream you've ever had, and it's like
that's
it's worth
expensive.
it.
Van Leeuwen is $6 for one scoop.
For a one scoop?
Yeah, for one vegan scoop.
Where are they located?
There's one in Culver City, but the one I always go to is right near UCB on Franklin.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, I started eating them they were first in New York.
Yeah,
so that's it.
But that makes sense. It costs more because it's like vegan ice cream, so they have to do extra shit.
No. So they have regular ice cream and they have vegan ice cream.
And it's all $6.
Their regular ice cream is either $5 or $5.50 a scoop, but then it's always an additional cost if you do
the vegan.
Right. That's like gluten free. It's always an extra whatever because it's process I have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about? I had a brain fart. I was going to start complaining about avocados. Like if you get a vegetarian something, it like let's say for example, I used to like eat at Subway sometimes, and I would have a sandwich that didn't have any meat on it, and yet they would charge me extra for the avocado. And I'm like, why are you charging me extra? I don't have any meat on the sandwich. Yeah. You're charging me the regular price of a sandwich and now charging me extra for avocado when there's no meat.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair either. And I think that most people don't come and do that. And I think two things happen. One, the meat ain't really real meat. And so they're like, the avocado is better. But also, I think that a lot of people, and this is going to insult a lot of the population.
Do it. Say it.
I think a lot of people who work certain jobs, unfortunately, they don't have common sense. They may be smart and like graduated from high school, even some college or whatever, but they don't have common sense. It's like it doesn't compute to them that, I shouldn't charge. And they're like good employees, so they do whatever the business tells them to do.
Right.
You know?
They
like followers.
Yeah, exactly.
And
they
not
follow
a leader.
the letter of whatever the law is.
I went into a Starbucks maybe like 2 years ago. I go into Starbucks often, not as often anymore, but like when I'm traveling, I go to Starbucks. Yeah. Like 2 years ago when I was drinking Starbucks regularly, I went in and it was right before they changed the price of their waters. And so the water still said like $1.75. And then when I got to the register, she might have charged me like $2.25 or something. And I was like, oh no, it says $1.75. And the manager came over. The girl said, okay, I'm going to change it, but I don't have the authority to do it. So the manager has to do it. So the manager comes over and was like, well, I mean, the water's $2.25. And I said, no, I understand that, but it says $1.75. Yes. And so when I picked it up to buy it, I thought I was paying $1.75. And she was like, oh, I know, but we made a mistake. It's not supposed to be. I said, no, I recognize that, but it's your mistake.
But it's your mistake.
Yeah. And so right now you should probably honor the price that you have out there and then hurry and change the price.
Right.
Yeah. And she was like, well, you know what? What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to give you 50% off your entire order, but I can't change the price of the water. And in my mind, I'm like, the price of the water is to change the price of the water is way less than 50% off my order. Right. So the girl who said I can, the girl who was helping me at first was the black girl. She said, that's right, girl, just get 50% off. It was like she was like, bitch, my manager is stupid. Just go with it.
Just go with it. Just take it.
And I realized that she was so like trying to be such a good employee. She didn't realize that mathematically
that didn't
what
make
she
any
gave
sense.
me was so much more
than if she had just given you the original.
Right. And I just feel like people, even when I just go to a Whole Foods at times and you give them a 20 or trade or wherever. You go to like, you give them a 20 and then at the end, your total is like $7.22, and you give them a 20 and you're like, oh, I have
3 cents,
whatever. And they're like,
oh yeah.
They count it 4 times in front of you and you got it. It's like, it's like a robot that's shutting down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hilarious.
It's sad.
It happened at the bank the other day.
At the bank? That's what they're supposed to do.
I know.
Is be good
You're
at money.
You're supposed to know money.
Anybody.
I said to this dude, I had some 20s, and I was like, I had some 20s, some 10s, and like some 5s. And I was like, I want big bills, please.
Yeah.
And it was $150. All I needed to do is give me $100 and $50. That's like all I wanted.
Yeah.
And he was like, wait, but what do you want me to do? I was like, I want big bills, please. And he was like more 20s?
That's not a big bill.
No. Just like $100 and $50, please. And then I literally watched him type buttons on his computer for longer than it should have
In
gone.
his defense, no one probably ever asked for that, right?
What's his last name, Chase?
Yeah, say his name on the podcast.
This is
He probably doesn't get requests for that. And I'm not defending him, really.
Right.
I'm just trying, in his head, I'm trying to figure out what the confusion was. But that's probably a request maybe he's never heard before.
But even
Change
still,
money?
it's common sense.
No, I know.
It's
look,
like
guys.
if somebody said, "Hey, do you see the pigs flying?" It's like I've never heard of that before. But I would
Yeah.
say, "Wait, what? Pigs are flying?"
Right.
Well, where are they flying? No, it's nothing for me to.
Right.
I've never worked at a bank or been asked to change small bills
But I
to big bills.
understand.
But if somebody in the street was like, "Ma'am, you have 100, I could give you 520s," I would be like, "Let me see if I have 100."
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It
easy.
I
doesn't
need
get
to
any
check and see if
larger.
these 20s are real.
That's
but
true.
The largest bill.
Yeah.
You know, you just go right there.
Yeah.
There's not many options that you have.
I
if he
like-
said, "You mean more?"
It's not like we
20s?
have
Yeah.
we don't have like $75 bills.
That's a quote, Zainab. That's a quote. Like,
You
more
mean
20s?
20s?
More
No.
20s.
no.
Yeah, and then when you give me those 20s, please exchange them.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
bills
give me the
I asked
20s.
for.
All right,
Give me
now
your
I
largest
want, now
20.
I want large bills of these, please.
I need your largest $20 bill.
Like a couple
Actually,
of 50s.
give me all ones.
Are we going to do this with every... Yeah, give me the 50s now. Okay, now I want those 350s to be a little bit bigger.
Sir, have you played Monopoly before?
Have you ever fasted before, Zainab?
I fast every year during Ramadan.
Oh, that's
for
right.
30
You do
days.
Ramadan.
Sun up to sundown, yep.
Have you ever done, and that's for spiritual purposes, have you ever done one just for health purposes where you don't eat anything for
No.
like days?
No. I've done one for a ghost purpose.
What?
Wait, what?
I don't know what that
I
means.
wish that we had a camera on Candice's face.
like-
Because that should be a meme.
Ghost purposes.
Yeah, I was living in an apartment in North Hollywood, and
You didn't
I
ghost cleanse?
well, I kept waking up. I kept being woken up at the same time every single
By
night.
what?
It was actually my phone, and it would be a blocked number. But every single night at 2:00 in the morning, I put my phone on silent,
Mm-hmm.
and it would still wake me up. And then when I would wake up, there would be this person like standing over me. And
What
one
do you
day,
mean?
like I said,
Like
for
an-
ghost reasons.
But like a person, like
Just not standing over me in a
like a
threatening way.
shadowy type
Yeah,
person
mhm.
thing, image.
Black guy, yep. Like black or Indian, small. Like Indian, like Gandhi, Indian.
Oh, so non-threatening.
Non-threatening.
Yeah.
Except the fact that he was a ghost.
Yeah.
Except
the fact that he was standing over me in the middle of the night.
And one time I woke up, my nephew was visiting me. He was like 2 years old at the time, and he was asleep on a couch. And I lived in like a loft apartment, like a loft space.
Yeah.
And so I could see the couch from my bed. And I just woke up and he was standing over my nephew. And so because
This
I
is
was
terrifying.
Yeah, because I wasn't getting any sleep, I did a 3-day cleanse because I was like, maybe I need to connect, like something spiritual is happening. And I did like a 3-day cleanse. All I did was drink water. And I prayed. And at the end of it, my friend, she took a big thing of sage, and we saged
I was
the
just about
entire
to say
place.
sage.
And she was like, we had the door open and the windows open, and she was like, "You got to go."
Here I am hiring like shamans to come over to my apartment to
She
cleanse
said,
it.
"You are not." It was Simone. She's like, so
You got to get out of here, motherfucker. You ain't gonna be up in here creeping everybody out.
She was like, "You are not welcome. You are not welcome. Goodbye. Leave. You are not welcome." And
Eddie, listen.
I slept like a baby. And I slept like a baby that night. And woke up and had an amazing breakfast.
But did he come back?
No.
He listened.
Left. He left.
That ghost was from a time where women didn't speak. You are not welcome.
You ain't about to come up in my place with your boo and your clanking chains and shit. Not today, son. Not today.
Like, I'm gonna pack up my shit.
Who knew Simone could?
Was a ghost whisperer.
You are not welcome.
But what's interesting is now I'm like, I wonder if the whole process is what cleared the ghost out, or it was your cleansing, the fasting that did it, or the saging, or Simone's cantankerous attitude that made him go away.
I don't know.
You can go wherever you want, boo, but just not here. Get out.
You got to find somebody else. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Wake up other people at 2 a.m.
But I mean,
bitch.
I got shit to do.
It went on for a long time.
The ghost?
Her speech?
Yeah, no.
Or she was there for like 3 weeks just cursing out this invisible man. Simone, are you done yet? Not yet. I can still feel his presence. Can I? Can't I? He gonna act like he don't hear me. I see you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and we'll be right back.
That's very like Scary Movie. Like I'm picturing like Regina Hall in Scary Movie.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Well, wait, you said it was there for a long time, or it took a long? It was
at first we thought it was this guy who I had been seeing for a little while, and towards the end I like stopped seeing him because it was like these prank calls. You know, the prank calls went on for so long to the point where one time I'll never forget. I was like visiting my mom, and the person whoever this was just kept calling, and I picked up the phone one day as I'm in Michigan, and I was like, I just kept them on the phone, and I three-wayed Simone. And I was like, hey, I'm just calling you because the person is on the phone with me. They're not saying anything. And her and I had a conversation about them, like speculating who we thought it was for 45 minutes, and they listened the entire time.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, you think this was a person you were seeing?
I have no idea. Because so I thought it was this guy that I was seeing, and then like
that died?
No, I'm currently seeing him. I was currently seeing him. So when it started to like, before I ended it, one night I was at his house. He was asleep, and I was like, I'm going to check his phone and see if it's him.
Right.
And I don't think it was him. I think that's what made me realize like, oh, it's not him, because I went in his call log and didn't see a bunch of like late night calls to me.
But he also could have. You can delete that too from your phone.
Yeah, but
records.
Yeah, I mean,
not to creep you out more.
I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him. I don't know who it was, but I don't think it was him.
How recently was this?
This is years ago. This is right when I first started. This is right when I first started comedy. So 8 years ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Close to 8 years ago. Mm-hmm.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
I did not expect this turn. We started out talking about diabetes.
We went from sugar to ghost.
We did. That's it. Are we done? Oh, we're at 1 hour. Oh man. I wanted to get more into the ghost stuff.
Paul is sitting there right now. You guys need to leave.
You can come back. And you live super close. I always feel bad, like when people I've guessed that like came from Woodland Hills, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But you live in Hollywood. You live not far from where I am, so perfect. Thank you guys for listening. Zainab, thank you for coming. You were a fantastic guest, and thank you for all our listeners. Yeah, no, this was great, and thank you for all of our listeners. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media, CandiceThompsonComedy.com for all my shows. Mal, where can people unfollow you?
Unfollow me immediately at malhall.com, at malhall on all social media, and malhall TV on YouTube.
That's it?
That's it. Unfollow all of that. Forget you heard it.
Thank you so much. This was not a struggle at all.
Yay! And say your social medias one more time.
Zainab Johnson, all social media platforms, ZAINAB Johnson. Also, my website is Zainab Johnson.
And check out her Seth Meyers late night set.
Please do.
It's on YouTube, right?
It's on YouTube now, and you guys can watch. I'm on Unprotected Sets on Epix. It's a show that's produced by Wanda Sykes and Paige Hurwitz, and it'll premiere. It premiered October 5th, but it's still going on. So you guys check it out.
Check it out. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And again, if you haven't told somebody about this podcast that you enjoy regularly, make sure you do so. Share the love and go on iTunes and rate and review us, please, please, please. Thank you so much. Till next time, The Struggle.
Later.